Welcome to example number 5. In this one, it's going to work exactly like the last problem. Hopefully you gave this one a shot before clicking this video. If not, turn off the video and try it. It's good for you, I promise. Give it a shot. But if you're truly lost, let's do it. So, first thing we need to do with this strategy is derive implicitly both sides of this equation. So what we're first going to do is put some parentheses around all of our y stuff, just so it reminds us to use the chain rule. Okay. Now what we're going to do is derive both sides term by term in terms of x. So deriving this first 3x squared, you know how to do that. That's 6x. Now deriving the second term, this y cubed. The 3 gets moved down in front because chain rule. So this gives us 3 parentheses y squared. But are we done? Nope. Because we have to multiply by the derivative of the inside function, namely this y, which is a function in x. So we have y prime multiplied on the outside. Okay, so let me get rid of some of this nastiness. And then, now we get to derive the third term. When we derive this, it's just minus y. So you're going to derive this to be minus y prime, because there's no power on y except for 1. All right, so then you have to do the right-hand side of this whole thing. You bring the 2 down in front, and then you subtract 1 from the exponent, just like what we did on the left-hand side. So it gives you 2y times y prime. Okay? All right, so that was the derivative portion of this. The other portion is going to be trying to solve for y prime, try to get y prime by itself. So we're going to bring all of our y prime stuff over to the left-hand side, just so for the sake of consistency. You can put it on the right-hand side too if you wanted, but let's just do it on the left because that's what we've been doing so far. All the y prime stuff gets moved to the left. All the non-y prime stuff gets moved to the right. So this is stuff that goes on the right. This stays or needs to be on the left. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to subtract both sides by 2y times y prime. Okay, doing this gives us 6x plus 3y squared, dropping the parentheses because we have multiplication, minus y prime minus 2y times y prime is equal to 0 because we subtracted away everything on the right-hand side. Sound good? All right, next step. 6x is not where it needs to be because it has no y prime on it, so that's going to the right-hand side. Subtract that from both sides. You get minus 6x minus 6x. So you have 3y squared times y prime minus 2y y prime. And this is going to be equal to minus 6x. So now we have all of our y prime stuff on the left-hand side, and we have all of our non-y prime stuff on the right-hand side. Exactly the setup that we want. So now the next step, factor the living daylights out of this thing. So we have y primes on all of these terms. Yank it out. Factor. So you have y prime times 3y squared. We took away the y prime, so we don't need to worry about that. Minus 1 because we took away the y prime here. And then minus 2y on the third term. And then this entire thing is going to be equal to minus 6x on the right. What's the last step? Hopefully you said divide. And you are right if that is what you said. So we're going to divide both sides by this lovely thing in parentheses. To finally get our very much needed answer. So we have minus 6x over 3y squared minus 1 minus 2y, and that is indeed equal to our y prime, as we wanted. So, ta-da! That was example number 5. Next one's going to be a little bit more complicated because it's going to require some product rule, not just the chain rule.